That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Hey, selamat malam teman-teman AECC Global. Selamat tahun baru juga bagi yang belum sempat hadir di acara AECC Global sebelumnya. Selamat datang di acara kami pada malam hari ini bersama dengan Birmingham City University. Nama saya Lani dari AECC Global yang akan menjadi host dari sesi ini. Malam hari ini kita mempunyai dua guest of honors, tiga actually dari Birmingham City University. Let me introduce you to Nicholas Irvin. Sedikit akan saya bacakan mengenai biografi beliau. Nicholas is a course director of the Bachelor of Honors Design Management Level 6 Top Up and lecturer on the Masters in Design Management course within the School of Architecture and Design at Birmingham City University. He has experience of higher education teaching in the UK and overseas since 2016, having spent time working in Hong Kong and has a particular interest in developing international collaborative opportunities and transnational education partnership. His interest is in global topics connected to sustainability, user experience, digital OT extended reality or XR, design thinking and iteration, strategy and innovation. He was also recently invited as design judge at the Global Undergraduate Awards for 2021 And Nick has practice experience having worked in design and brand for EE, formerly Orange in the UK, in design and marketing, having experience in further education and in local government, working in urban realm with advertising partners, Ocean and GC Deco. Within the higher education environment, Nicholas and his team has been nominated for 2 IMBCU awards based on his excellent contribution to the university and to design management. Nicholas will later on explain about him a little bit more about what he has done, what he is interested in, and whether he is now keen to study a PhD. Right, Nicholas? Hello, Nicholas.
That's correct. Yes. Thank you, Lani.
You're welcome. Kemudian kita juga ada Ibu Inggrid Tedja Kumala ya, yang merupakan alumni dari Birmingham City University. Sedikit juga mengenai Ibu Inggrid, setelah lebih dari 15 tahun mempunyai pengalaman di bidang creative industry, Ibu Inggrid memutuskan untuk melanjutkan pendidikannya, mengambil Master of Art in Design Management di Birmingham City University. As a student, tentunya Ibu Inggrid sangat aktif, merupakan jembatan yang menjembatani student dengan staff di BCU. Jadi Ibu Inggrid sangat involved di Student Association, Indonesian Student Association di BCU juga. Kemudian setelah menyelesaikan pendidikannya di BCU tahun 2016, Ibu Inggrid kembali ke Indonesia dan sempat mengajar graphic design dan fashion merchandising di LaSalle College Jakarta, right, Bu Inggrid? Kemudian saat ini Ibu Inggrid juga sedang menyelesaikan pendidikan S3 di bidang komunikasi di Unpad. Halo Ibu Inggrid, apa kabar?
Halo, kabar baik. Terima kasih, Bu Lani.
Nanti akan menjelaskan lebih lanjut mengenai dirinya dan apa yang dia lakukan saat ini ya. Jadi malam hari ini kita akan membahas mengenai beberapa hal. Nicholas akan bicara memberi informasi atau introduction to Master of Design Management dari school and faculty, when Nicholas will akan bicara mengenai entry requirements, kemudian facilities-nya, resources-nya, learning outcomes, dan akan menunjukkan beberapa interesting video yang men-showcase all of the above. Ya, jangan lupa teman-teman tetap perhatikan. Kemudian Ibu Inggrid juga akan mempunyai sharing session pada saat dia belajar di BCU dan sebagai BCU alumni. Ibu Inggrid juga akan berbagi mengenai career prospect, kemudian employment, placement, juga mengenai graduate work visa, serta related course lainnya dan intake, dan yang paling penting juga adalah dissertations dan project yang pernah dia lakukan. Jadi teman-teman, malam hari ini ada 2 agenda yang akan disampaikan, namun teman-teman tetap interaktif, tetap perhatikan di ujung acara ini. Lisa, which is the manager of international dari Birmingham City University, mempunyai kurang lebih 3 voucher yang akan diberikan kepada pemenang yang berhasil dan juga yang beruntung bisa menjawab pertanyaan, entah itu dari Nicholas, entah itu dari Lisa, atau dari Ibu Inggrid. Oke, tentu ada question and answer session. Jadi selama presentasi ini berlangsung, silahkan ketik pertanyaan Anda di question and answer box. Nanti kita akan menjawab semua pertanyaan Anda di akhir dari presentasi masing-masing. Okay, so without further ado, let's pass on the screen to Nicholas. Over to you, Nick.
Thank you so much, Lani. I really appreciate that introduction, and my sincere thanks to everyone involved here to show us this and to present this work to you guys today. So first of all, it's an opportunity, a real opportunity to be invited to speak to you all, and thank you so much for coming. It's really great to meet with you. And hopefully we can get some really great audience participation as well during the session. Okay, so I'm going to first of all share my screen if I may. Here we go. So I've got quite a long presentation to talk with you about, but hopefully we can stop and we can have discussions and we can chat. And I've also got an activity for you to do as well. So first of all, welcome. This is a presentation from the UK, from Birmingham School of Architecture and Design. And as Lani said, we're going to talk about two courses, the Masters in Design Management and also the BA Design Management Level 6 top-up, briefly, just to give you an introduction. So thank you again for joining me today. So the session is also going to talk about the particular topic which we've got here, which is a key driver to shape commercial, social, culture, and ecological value. So my name, of course, is Nicholas Irvin. I'm a lecturer based, as Lani has mentioned, here at BCU in the UK. I've also had some international experience working in Hong Kong, which I will talk to you about as well. So I'm course director for the BA Design Management Level 6 top-up, but also deputy course director for the master's course here at BCU. So the first thing I would like to talk to you about is the agenda for the session. So we're going to have a quick sort of reflective talk about the shape of commercial, social, culture, and ecological value. Approximately about 20 minutes or so. Then I'm going to give you an introduction to MA Design Management, talk with you about the school and the facilities of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. We'll talk about entry requirements, the facilities and resources, and also the learning outcomes. And then I'm going to hand over briefly to my dear colleague and friend, Inggrid Tedja Kumala from Jakarta. She's also teaching at the LaSalle College out in Jakarta. And then we're going to have a Q&A. And we've got a few more slides to show you, including a video towards the end of the presentation. So we've got quite a bit to show you, and I hope that you'll stay with us. Okay, so the next slide. I'd like you guys to take a look at this. So this is something called Answer Garden. We'd like you to participate if that's possible. I'd like to ask this question to you guys, and maybe you guys can respond and we can look at your responses at the end of the session. So for me, I'm very keen to find out what skills and knowledge you are keen to explore and develop during your next stage of education, whether that be master's study or maybe to the BA Level 6 top-up. So we're just very keen to understand what your skills and knowledge that you're keen to acquire. What we'll do then is we'll ask you to, if you could take a look at this, either make a note of the Answer Garden URL, or if you could just take a print screen or photograph this QR code. I'll just leave this on the screen for a second. We can always come back to this later as well, but I'm very keen for you to participate in this. So if you can take your photo of this, scan the screen. Okay, hopefully you guys have done that by now. So we're going to talk a little bit about design management. And from my perspective, you might want to raise your questions about design management, but I'm just going to just talk briefly about this to begin with. So for me, design management is around the development of your confidence in developing strategies for innovation, working in teams collaboratively, developing and creative and effective products and services and communications, for various organizations, global organizations around the world. So we talk about different themes and topics, and we explore those from a multidisciplinary perspective. And I'd like to talk to you now just about an overseas case study that I've been involved with, which I found fascinating. And this is something that you guys might do if you're coming over to the UK. So just thinking about traveling to Hong Kong, meeting the people, connecting with the culture was hugely important to me as in my journey. And it will be the same for you in your journey as you expand and develop your knowledge and experience moving forward. And this is hugely important to your development, and I believe so. So having met with the students, connected with the culture socially, it's incredibly important to understand how different organizations, different cultures, industry operate. Meeting people, going out and actually engaging with the environment, addressing design issues. And these are some of the things that I identified when I was out there studying and delivering sessions out in Hong Kong, was that importance of exchanging knowledge, whether it be me delivering a session or actually learning from students like you guys. You know, understanding the culture, identifying that global context or even that local context. And this is something that we're very, very keen to develop with you guys as well. So we think about it from a social, political, environmental perspective, perhaps, but we also learn from each other collaboratively, whether it be through the students, alumni, or maybe through the institution. We also have close connections with industry, and we did this whilst we were out in Hong Kong. And it's incredibly important to understand that local understanding of how students can move into employment. So we work closely with industry to understand how to do that. Okay, so there's this sort of clear line between understanding the culture, the social context, the design issues that we have to address, and then linking that to industry and then how that then moves into employment. So I'm just going to give you a flavor of some of the experience that I've had and how it's sort of had a huge impact on me. And it's sort of engaging with students in different ways, learning from how they operate, coming from different design disciplines. Many of you guys are going to be from a range of different design and non-design disciplines, maybe coming into design management, and we accept students from those different disciplines. It's very, very important to also engage in the culture and enjoy the culture and understand how we operate. And also seeing that all the way through to the end when the students actually graduate too. We're very, very close with industry, and this is something that fascinated me throughout this process, is this engagement with the student and how they link into moving into employability. Connecting with various different industries through those different disciplines. Linking with people like Austin Lee here in Hong Kong, where he connected to his interest in becoming a design manager within a watchmaking industry, and then achieved a promotion through his ability to come onto the course, on the Masters in Design course. Now he's actually then been promoted further and he's now an innovation manager. So it's just a very, very clear to see that connection between the industry, the culture, how it then links into the employability and industry side. We have really interesting involvement with a range of different global contexts through different speakers. We have guests that come from industry from around the world. We work with design studios, practice. We work with non-designers as well to get a real understanding of the broad spectrum of how design has an impact on industry and our environment. We also learn and also explore models and theories within our research. But it's interesting how the models and the theories that we explore in our studies also link very closely to what's actually being practiced in industry. And this is something that's been developed by one of our partners or industry links that we have, and how they see the process of design from an interior design perspective. One of the things that we also do to create that community and that culture within the school and within the course itself is that I've developed with my colleague a new web community that we've developed a year ago, which is just building at the moment. And it's an opportunity to showcase the best work that the students have actually explored, how they've developed with their professional development skills, and how we've engaged with our international partners. So this website is becoming a growing portfolio of student work and student involvement, okay? So who's eligible to apply for this course? This course is aimed at not only designers, although we do attract a lot of designers from across the design disciplines, interiors, architecture, branding, graphics, visual communication, all the way through to jewelry design and so on, product design, service design. But we also attract non-designers, and I'll talk about some of the cases that we've experienced during the course. I'd like to just talk briefly about the master's route at the moment, so that we're just going to just briefly go through the detail of the master's course. So who is it for? It's for people who have an interest in design, of course, but it's also for people that maybe are coming from an entrepreneurial perspective, or you're keen to research further. Maybe you're very, very keen to be less of a designer and more of a collaborator within a creative industry. Maybe it's about developing your leadership skills, your empathy, your people skills. And for me, one of the things that I learned on the master's course when I studied some years ago was the ability to develop confidence in myself to get me ready for industry, because that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, we're trying to offer a service that enables you to follow your dreams. But you have to work hard to get there. And that's obviously something that we go through as part of the course. So what are the entry requirements? We need you guys to have a background or a proven interest in design or design management. You need to have either a first class, second class honours degree in a related subject. However, we do accept students that are non-designers. So if you have extensive work experience, or you have a degree that doesn't connect, but you have a genuine interest in design, or you'd like to work in that field, we will listen to you and we will certainly consider your application. We also like to see a personal statement. So a short written piece, maybe the side of an A4, to explain why you would like to join design management, so that we get an understanding of your interests and your ambitions moving forward. International applicants, this is really, really important for you guys, is to ensure that your reading, writing and listening skills are up to a particular standard. So we encourage you to develop your English speaking skills if you can, because it's very, very important to have that international perspective. We respect your local culture, of course, and we treasure that. But we also want you to develop your English speaking skills so that you become this global player in the market. So we're expecting a minimum standard, and we can see here that we've got the IELTS level 6, but with a minimum of 5.5 in reading and speaking, writing components. The study modes, excuse me, for the master's course are as follows, because I thought this would be very interesting for you guys to take note on. So from the left-hand side here, we've got The full-time route would be a full 12 months during a calendar year. So you would potentially start in September, and you would then hopefully finish successfully the following September. So it's a full 12 months if you're doing it full time. However, if you wish to proceed for the 20-week professional placement route, it's a 18-month study mode where you can actually go on that placement within industry and then record your experiences and findings following that experience. The alternative route is to do a 24-month work-based part-time route, but we would expect a minimum of 6 days attendance in the 2 years that you're on the course. So we would need you to be attending to attend special assessment points or specialist lecture sessions where required. The course itself, the master's course, is built upon these modules. So we've got, starts with design research, then it follows on to professional development, design strategy and innovation. We then work through to global perspectives to get that global view. We then develop your leadership and entrepreneurial skills in the following module, leadership and design entrepreneurship. And then we have the major project, which is a kind of a thesis that you develop, a specialist area that you're going to study for a long period of time. Just briefly, I'm going to cover the BA design management route. So for those of you that may wish to consider a 1-year top up to your 2 years in diploma, maybe, I'm going to just go through that now. So this course has been designed to top up to a degree, so an undergraduate degree. And I just want to briefly explain, in the UK terms, it would be that you would have level 4 and level 5 or a diploma, and then you would join us after the diploma for 1 year before you then join the master's course. The course is set up with 3 modules over 1 year period, and it's quite an intense course, but it's also about developing your professional skills, your ability to become employable, your ability to develop some theoretical perspectives. Maybe it's about exploring more about research and developing those skills to become more professional in that degree. Just a couple of statistics based on 2019. So 62% of graduates from the level 6 top-up went into industry, and 25% of the students completed and went on to the master's course that we run in the school as well. And then we also had some resits too. So it's a really multicultural environment within the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, and this was a class that we had back in 2019. So I just want to, before I talk to Inggrid, I want to just go through the detail about the school and the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media and some of the facilities that we've got here in BCU. So the Birmingham School of Architecture and Design, this is where the course sits. It sits within the school. It's been around a long time. So it began in the 19th century and of course became registered as a department within the College of Art in 1908. And of course you can see on the right hand side here, this is the university today with the modern building and the course campus. We've also got some values which we sort of adhere to within the school. So we have a global outlook in our abilities to develop our skills. We're an innovative school. We have a range of different expertise within the school, covering staff that cover architecture, interior design, product design, design management, and landscape. It's a civic school collaborating with the local culture of the city and the region, but we're also an international school as well, and we do have experience in that field. We're also heavily involved in research. We have students that go on to do PhDs, and we also have a real arts and design school ethos, so you can sort of feel that design school as you enter the faculty. Our approach, we ensure that all students have a taste of all of the design disciplines. We do explore each of those design disciplines, and certainly in design management, we welcome students from all of the across the design remit. We encourage you to develop your own style. We don't have a house style as such, but we open up lots of different themes and topics, and we allow you to then explore your area of interest. We inspire you to tackle contemporary challenges in design, and we also are very, very keen on developing conceptual work, innovation. We also explore theory, as I said earlier, and develop that within our making. And we're also keen on developing and running live projects. So we work a lot with real clients in industry. And if you come to the school, we involve students in working closely with employability industry in a range of different areas and sectors. Okay, so as part of the school, we work through the scales, as I mentioned. So we have landscape architecture, we have the architecture course, which is RIBA accredited. We have interior architecture and design, and product design and furniture. But across the scales, we also have the foundation architecture and design. We have design management as a top up, so for the 1 year. And we also have a course called Design for Future Living as well. So we're trying to keep up with the sort of the theme of everything here. Also, we're involved in work placements, so we engage with industry. We give you that opportunity. If you're here in level 5, you all get on or should get on a work placement, and we encourage those. And we've got some examples of students here in the UK working with different design practices, global practices. We also support students and their health and well-being throughout the time on their course. So you do have opportunities to socialize, you know, have physical activity in various different clubs. We also have different communities. There's also an international lecture series and support groups. So you're always part of a community, and that's the thing that I love about this school is that, and the faculty, is that it's a real welcoming place to be and be part of. We're very, very keen to develop your ability to present work to a client or to an organization, maybe at the end of the year. And we have really successful work that gets shown at our end of year shows. And of course, during the pandemic, we've had 2 years where we've run our end of year shows online. But before then, we were developing and delivering end of year shows in person, and we'd invite industry to come and see your work and your development, and to show your skills to industry. And we've also had some students win awards at these events, and the students are also involved in various showcases of work that leads to employability. We have students who've won awards, as I say, and you can see here there's a whole range of awards across the years, ranging from the New Designers Award, the Architects Journal Student Awards. We've had the Confluence Ideathon, and we've got students that have work in various different, with different awards across the world. So just briefly going back to design management, I'm keen to understand what it means to you. And we have some students this year that have left these messages on the chat that I've asked you to explore as well. So students saying it's about empathy, it's about strategy, it's about thinking collaboratively, working together, engaging with different specialisms, marrying design and non-design related businesses. You can see the range of responses that we've had from students in the past. Just want to briefly talk about some of the students, the alumnus or alumna that we've had on the course and where they are now. So we've got Liang Chao, who was with us last year. She came from Shanghai. And Liang was an interesting student. So she came as a gemstone dealer, working within the gemstone jewelry industry. But she wanted to develop her entrepreneurial skills, her confidence, to be able to take it back to Shanghai to attract more business, develop the work that she's doing overseas, and developing her reach within her market. So she found the year to be incredibly useful, particularly on the master's course. And this was this is her website that she developed as part of her business. Shristi Gunawat from Delhi in India. So Shristi, she was a jeweler, but she came to work in design management because she felt that she needed to develop her sustainability knowledge, her ability to explore and develop her business into more of a green route. And she's now gone back to Delhi and you can see she's developing her tangerine bio jewelry. Rishika Bala from the UK. Rishika joined us a couple of years ago. She also talks within the school occasionally and comes and assists us as a studio assistant. And she's developed this interesting sustainable kind of connection with her new company called Soul Circle UK. And she's had interest from Nike, I believe it is, and people within the industry who are keen to explore her work even further, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's about sprucing up old shoes and being green and sustainable. We collaborate with industry within the master's course. We've worked with British Telecom in the UK, and the students recently pitched their responses to a design problem within a real sort of client-based scenario. And as you can see here, the students are presenting their work. There's Tanisha there waving her hands, presenting her prototype for protecting individuals who are out within the city using the technology of the telecom industry. We've also got connections with local artists, with local groups that support innovation and strategy. And the students often work with these groups. Particularly in this case, we had students run a session and they wanted to deliver that with some entrepreneurs that talk about sustainability. Some of the facilities I'd like to talk about now for international students, if I could show you this very short video.
Welcome to Birmingham City University. Here we have 23,500 students studying on over 500 courses. Our multi-million-pound campus has state-of-the-art facilities in one of the UK's most diverse cities, with excellent rail, air and bus links. Birmingham City University offers world-class education with academics at the forefront of their field. Let's explore more of the city and campus with some of our students.
The university is situated right in the heart of the city, welcoming thousands of students to study in our state-of-the-art facilities.
The academic team are highly experienced. Tutors deliver teaching in innovative and exciting ways, including one-to-one mentorship, practical learning, and inspirational lectures. Many courses offer placement opportunities with leading UK businesses, giving students everything they need for a head start in the global marketplace.
The International Student Body Scheme is designed to help you become part of the student life as soon as possible. Our team covers undergraduate and postgraduate levels and represents a diverse range of backgrounds and nationalities.
Students are given a first opportunity to undertake part-time and temporary positions. This allows you to work while you study, fitting the job around your course. You can even earn money helping others by becoming a student ambassador or mentor.
There are a variety of different accommodations available here at the university, something to suit everybody. But here at Jennings Court, you're located in the heart of city centre and in walking distance from the city centre campus.
Birmingham is fantastic for shopping, from Selfridges to Boring to the indoor markets and the outdoor markets. Everything you want in one little neat spot.
In Chinatown, there are lots of different restaurants and cafes offering different food from northern China all the way to Malaysia, with some of the city's best entertainment right next door.
The university has great sports facilities, and Birmingham is renowned as a venue for competitiveness. There's cricket at Edgbaston, 5 top football clubs in and around the city, international athletics, and much more.
Excellent support structure, modern campuses, rewarding courses at the heart of a vibrant international city.
Birmingham City University. Everything you need for the perfect learning journey. To find out more, visit our website and apply today.
There we go. So it just gives you a taste of some of the activities that are involved here at the BCU and how it supports international students. I'd also like to say that some of the sessions we may be online. So you can see here during the pandemic, we were involved with, we collaborate with students across the design disciplines and from different cultures. So you're not just working with UK students, we're working with students from around the world, and we learn from those students because you bring those cultures to the UK or to the environment that we're teaching in or we're learning in. Students are involved in presenting their ideas and their research. You can see here we've just got something for H&M, sustainability in fashion, where students have developed an understanding the theory and how it links into maybe a design problem that they're trying to address. The facilities here at the university vary depending on the environments that we're working in and what we're doing. So you can see here we've got a typical studio environment where students are collaborating in teams. We have guest lectures from design professionals from across the industry. This one was from Conran and Partners in Hong Kong. We also work a module that I deliver is which I love, is the professional development module. And this is where students understand who they are as individuals. They go back to understand their personality types, how it links to their interests, and what areas they might need to develop during that process. The course learning outcomes for design management, just to give you a general overview, is for the master's course, the students are expected to contextualize the impact of design managers in a global context, synthesize, or we call it synthesize, it might mean combining or bringing together the theory into practice in design management. We want you to become more critical. We don't mean aggressive. We mean critical or providing criticality in your delivery. So critically analyzing data, providing that holistic role of design, thinking about how you can connect to your topic or organization or the client or the design problem that you're facing. We also want you to engage with different research methodologies models, theories, and then apply them to your design, strategy, or innovation. We also want you to analyze data from various sources of information. It might be databases, online material, case studies, all the way through to actually going on site visits, connecting with users, conducting surveys, generating interviews with different people from across the world. So it's engaging with all of this knowledge and gathering this detail. We also want you to develop your skills. So we want you to experiment. So identify new ways of thinking. You know, so we all start somewhere, but we're very, very keen to develop your thinking skills and how you might link that to a potential strategy. We also want you to articulate complex ideas and arguments. We want you to employ leadership skills or develop those leadership skills. So you're collaborating with different designers or non-designers, people in industry, having the ability to influence others in your style, reflecting on your own and other approaches. So thinking about reflection of your skills and competencies, and then applying design thinking and addressing those complex problems. So we're building you up to become this knowledgeable, skillful individual that will be able to tackle the modern day challenges of working in industry globally. After all of that, I'm sure you're probably ready for a change of tone now. I'd like to welcome my guest, or our guest, Inggrid Tedja Kumala from LaSalle College, Jakarta. So I have more to show you, but I'd like to introduce Inggrid now, who's going to just talk briefly about her experiences within design management and how it's connected throughout her career. So I'm going to stop sharing, or I can leave this where it is. Do you have anything to share, Inggrid?
No, I think you sort of in the next slide or something. It was a little bit about was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just something like that. That's my cue card.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have a lot of time, and I'm going to try to share a little bit more in both languages, just to make it, just make it more fluid. So selamat malam semua. Again, thank you, Nick, for the presentation. So I was there 2014, 2015. At that time, I think I have no interest at all in studying a master's degree di Indonesia. But then I realized that there is something missing. I've been practicing in total of more than 15 years, I think. And I was thinking at that time that there is something that's still not quite there yet, kayak ada yang kurang gitu. I need to learn something. I need to understand something, but I really don't know what I want. So at that time, cari, and then I discovered that there is this course called design management, which is nggak akan ada di Indonesia gitu loh. The name sounds very exotic. It's design management. It's like it's combining your left and your right brain. And I thought, this is the one that I want. This is exactly what I want. So I got into the course. Nick was one of the guest lecturer at that time. He was still practicing, also an alumni. And some of the modules that tadi Nick udah share ya, itu memang sebagian besar masih sama. Mungkin ada 1 atau 2 yang berubah karena course directornya udah berubah juga. But the most that I remember and understanding about design management is now seeing things from a different perspective. Kalau kalian semua dari sisi designer, if you're from a designer or creative people, pasti ngelihatnya lebih it's from your point of view gitu. So in design management, what they actually taught you is how to see it more from whole perspective. So everything now is 360. Jadi ngelihatnya kamu nggak cuma jadi designer aja, but how everything now correlates customer journey ke arah perspektif dari luar, pandangan dari luar. Jadi everything that we analyze, kita berusaha jangan hanya menganalisa dari sisi desainer, tapi juga melihat dari sisi lainnya, dari sisi functionality-nya seperti itu. And then juga ada tadi kalau nggak salah yang bukan profesional tapi yang ada kolaboratif, di mana kita waktu itu we got matched up with students dari kelas bachelor programnya. Jadi mereka jadi desainernya, and then my team, my friends, my colleague yang dari design management, we become sort of the like the managersnya gitu loh. Bagaimana kita bisa membantu mengorganize and help supervise gitu. So itu lumayan juga. Jadi kita berusaha melihat diri kita dari sisi seorang manager. Challenges-nya apa? How to deal with different designers. So it is very very interesting. And then tadi waktu kalau dilihat kalau untuk anak Indonesia biasanya nggak akan ada masalah deh soal bahasa Inggris ya. But if you guys are probably going to have problems in writing in English, yeah, shouldn't be a problem, I'm sure, gitu ya. But if you have a problem writing in English and you need help, when I was there, I was also part of what is called a language and culture support, dan aku jadi student mentor. Kalau tadi ngeliat dari presentasinya Nick ya, yang dari videonya, bahwa kalian juga boleh diberi kesempatan untuk dapetin part-time jobs di BCU. Ada yang jadi student ambassador kayak gitu. Nah waktu itu aku tertarik gitu loh. So I'm part of the student mentor, which basically I help master's students. Jadi waktu itu anak-anak master's degree students edit their thesis or their other work. Semua papernya sebelum diserahkan ke dosennya gitu ya, aku bantu edit dulu supaya mereka bisa mastiin semuanya tersampaikan secara tersampaikan lah gitu ya, maksudnya secara akademis lebih disampaikan dan bisa ngerti gitu loh bahasanya biar bisa nyambung. So that was part of my assignment and I joined that and I love it gitu ya. Jadi dan kalian juga nggak perlu khawatir gitu karena pasti dari BCU-nya akan bantu. Semua udah bagian, jadi nggak ada tambahan-tambahan. Semua udah bagian dari ini, semua udah bagian dari BCU. That was specifically buat yang masters ya. Nah mungkin karena dari mentoring ini waktu aku bawa pulang, kalau nanti ada yang nanya kenapa kok jadinya malah nggak lanjutin ke bidang kreatif. I don't know, the mentoring process that I experienced with BCU is probably why now I become a lecturer gitu loh di Jakarta gitu, because I really enjoy that actually. I love that process of sharing. I love that process of more like kayak consulting with students. So it's not teaching ya. Jadi istilahnya itu kita nggak akan nyebutnya sebagai teaching, but it's more like consultations process. I guess you wouldn't know. I can honestly say to you all, you wouldn't know that until you experience the learning gitu loh yourself. Apalagi selama di sana. Jadi apapun yang kalian pelajari di sana nantinya pasti akan kebawa gitu loh. And for Nick's final thesis, for example, I still have mine, Nick. I still have mine, Nick. And waktu itu aku ngambilnya case study. Nah, ini juga yang menarik. Case study ini aku ambilnya adalah dengan perusahaan graphic design yang ada di Jakarta. So you can actually do that. You can use whatever companies, whatever projects that you want as part of your final thesis, ya, or your other, I think it's your other project juga bisa gitu ya. Jadi anything, kamu mau mengembangkan desainnya, kamu mau mengembangkan bisnis strateginya, itu semua bisa. Kamu mau menganalisa, itu juga bisa gitu. So I think it's more towards everything, right? Like, yeah, it's all about constructive or it's about critical. I mean, you can just choose whichever you want, kayak gitu. So that's a little bit about design management in a nutshell. And when I saw that photos from Nick's presentations of the interior in Parkside campus, it gives me a little like, Oh, kind of a warm feeling inside. Kind of miss that place gitu. I do miss that campus. And again, don't worry about also living arrangements. Banyak student residence-nya. At that time, I stayed at Aston, I think it's called Aston Residence. Pokoknya it's part of a collaboration between BCU and Aston University, which is seberang-seberangan gitu. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. So I think we can, I can give this back to you, Nick, or maybe if any of the students wants to, you know, have any questions. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah. Thank you, Ingrid. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I've got a little bit more time to just explain the rest of this. If anybody will listen. But anyway, let's carry on. Okay, so we'll do Q&A maybe shortly then. Let's just crack on with the rest of the slides. So we had one of our alumnus in Hong Kong, Lowe. This is Luke. He was one of our finest students, coming from a design background, but wanting to develop his skills in being professional within his industry, demonstrating that professionalism, researching, analyzing data. He developed a range of different projects. One of those was around an online retail platform, Uber. And what was great about his work was his attention to detail, his consideration to theory, models, looking at analyzing that information, conducting those focus groups, going out and meeting people in industry, collecting more research in order to try and address his problem that he was trying to explore. And the level of detail, and we would go through sessions with him where we would practice various techniques, various activities, going through and exploring ideas and achieving results. So you can just see some of the level of detail that he provided. Austin Lee from Hong Kong, the watch designer, very sleek, was also developing an interesting case around emotion and sustainability and looking at T-shaped designers. Isabel Una from the UK, she was with us last year. So she was a product design student. She won the Learning and Teaching Prize with the GLAD Postgraduate Award for her work in actually the level of research in connection to her interest in teaching and learning within design. So you can see there's different ways in which you can explore your research moving forward. Placements, the professional placement section for the 18-month level of the course helps you to improve your employability skills, as it says here. And we allow you that 20-week placement to enable you to practice what you've learned on the course, to be able to explore something with an area of, within your area of interest or within the specialism of your interest, and then be able to reflect on that placement during that process, and that completes your that level of that master's course. Career opportunities are endless within design management, so it allows you to become more strategic. You can work in maybe in a range of industries, including service design. We've got students that have gone off to work in digital media, working in augmented reality, virtual reality. We have students that have become user researchers, user experience designers. We also have students that want to work in marketing or project management in a range of different industries. We've also, as I said, we've got students that have worked in jewelry and so on, design thinking, and also doctorate study. We also offer something called Careers Plus. So students have the option to have a mentor, a business mentor, that supports them through their studies. And maybe the student uses this mentor to get guidance, advice. Maybe it's about entrepreneurial or sustainability, or it might be about developing business skills for business planning. We also have something called Graduate Plus, which enables students to develop additional extracurricular skills to get them ready for industry, like CV writing, developing your portfolio, developing your personality through exploring your personality type, understanding your leadership role, volunteering, and so on. So there's a whole host of activities that the students can do in addition to their course itself. This then contributes towards an award, which the students can actually tick off during the course as they've experienced those particular activities. This is the Masters in Design Management course webpage. So if you wish to connect to the website, this is what you'll see. And I'd just like to show you this brief video from some of our students from this year.
Joining this course, I only really expected to add business skills to my skill set. So learning about that techniques, the strategies that I could combine with my existing design knowledge. I also maybe thought that I would be learning kind of how to lead a team and work in a team.
I expected the course to be quite challenging and academic compared to my BA. However, I wanted to expand my knowledge of design management within my chosen field, and I thought studying a master's would be perfect for this.
What I've learned from this course has been like really varied. I've learned how to research professionally, which was something brand new for me and something that employers are looking more at these days. I've also learned about myself more, as some of the modules have a big kind of impact on how you think about yourself as both a professional and in a personal way. I've learned skills that make me more employable overall, learning about balancing business mindsets with design thinking, which is a really current topic, and also how to be a leader and also work under leaders.
This course is heavily connected to industry, whether you're coming from a graphic design, interior design, architecture, or any other design background. You'll be able to hear from industry professionals and build connections. For me, I have a few careers I'm interested in, and they are creative design management roles, brand strategy, and brand management roles. My course tutors and the careers department have been really helpful.
This course has really helped me bridge the gap between kind of education and employment. It's taken me from just kind of knowing how to design things into how to apply those skills to real kind of business scenarios. I've also collaborated with teams, with professionals on live briefs, and also with people from around the world. It's also given me the chance to make some really good friends, both internationally and locally. And I've been so inspired by the subject that I actually want to go teach it in the future.
My name is Anita. I'm from Iran, and I'm here to learn about design management. This major has lots of the prospect and perspective to it, because it gives lots of opportunity for all students, international students, to learn about both business side and design. This major gives me lots of opportunity to learn about the process of the strategy, producers of the design and global market, and more importantly, job opportunity. Because in the UK, we have lots of job opportunity for design management. So I hope I find a job after graduation.
Of course, this course helped me a lot. Just like in the past, I was thinking about the package in a really narrowed down way, like I always think about the local factors, but now I was thinking about more factors like the global and maybe a lot of subjects and combine them together. In the job, I think job is dependent on the individual. like yourself. And for me now, I think the market researcher or market assistant, maybe this kind of position is really suitable to me now.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Banik and I am from India. I'm pursuing design management from the BCU, Birmingham City University. Before this, I was a textile designer. I've completed my bachelor's from India. I wanted to change my degree course and I wanted to pursue something in a new field of expertise. So I applied for design management course. I'm eager to move forward to pursue my future in the field of service design after this. During the course, I've also taken part in an internship, in an industry internship with Lowe Strategy. The university has given me this opportunity and I'm glad to be a part of this team.
There we go. So it just gives you an idea of what the students have actually experienced real time while studying on the master's course. Right, do you remember this? So we asked you to identify what skills and knowledge you're keen to explore and develop. Okay, so if I may, just for the next couple of minutes, if I can just stop sharing this screen, and I'd like to share the window with you, if I may. So I'm just going to show the, bear with me 1 second. Okay, so hopefully now you guys can see this. Can you guys see my answer garden?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll just do a refresh. Oh, that's wonderful. So we've got some participation. Thanks ever so much, guys. So the skills and knowledge that you're keen to explore is design management in general. Okay, might be worth being a bit more specific about what that is. You guys can still add more to this if you want to. Obviously, we're limited to 40 characters, but you're welcome to just keep adding more information and I will refresh the screen. Some people are interested in UI, UX design. Quite a few of you in design thinking. You're developing your English speaking skills. Yes, of course. Design, critical thinking, design firm marketing and management as well. So these are areas that we certainly explore during the workshops and during the activities that we involved in, but we're very keen for you as designers, researchers, strategists to explore these areas in more depth. Okay. There we go. I'll just see if there's any more. I'll just refresh again. Looks like I think that's about it. Okay, thanks ever so much, guys, for sharing that. Oh, there's a few more. Okay, I'll stop sharing. And okay, right. Shall we talk about the rest of the course, or do you want to move on now, Lani?
There are some questions in the Q&A box, even though it's already been answered. But there are some questions. Maybe we want to address that first. Arif Azwar Lubis asks Inggrid, how long does the course take time? How long does it? How long do you finish your course?
I think Lisa can answer that questions. I think there's a second question as well for Nick. Nick, can you see that at below there's a Q&A section? I think there's numbers popping out. I think there's a second one. I think it's addressed to you. Can you see it,
I'll
Nick?
just read it for you, Nick. Thank you for...
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just going through the questions now.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, there's quite a few. Is this for me? Sorry, which one were you referring to, Lani?
No, from Muhammad Agus Setiawan. That's the one that being addressed to you.
Just in the Q&A box, not in the chat, just the Q&A.
Oh, okay, Q&A. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. How do I access that?
Oh, at the very bottom of your Zoom.
I'll read the questions.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know why I've got so many windows open?
Muhammad Agus Setiawan, thank you for your presentation. My name is Agus. I'm a freelancer graphic designer. I'd like to ask how to set a design price for clients whose segmentation is different.
Wow, that's a very difficult question. And it's not a question I don't think I can answer that right now, Agus. Maybe we could get Agus's email. Maybe you could leave that in the chat, Agus, and we can get back to you on that. But it depends on the locale. So we often say, obviously, the design price for clients is going to be different depending on the location. Mm-hmm. So you need to be engaging with that particular locale. As I said, when we were teaching and learning and working with students in Hong Kong, the price point is very different from working in UK. And it depends on the actual market that you're working in. Thank you, Agus, that's great. I really appreciate that. We'll reply to you by email.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The second question is from Denmark. Do you guys have BA in design management?
We do have the BA in design management as a level 6 1-year top-up. We don't have it as a 3-year degree. So it's only a 1 year, which means that you would have to have done maybe some initial studies as a diploma to begin with in order to finalize and get your degree. So I'm guessing it depends on the location. Am I right, Lisa and Lani? Because of the locale of where the students are coming from.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that, Nick. The next question would be, hold on. How much is the cost of the course?
Oh, Lisa,
right.
I think Lisa is answering that.
Already.
Lisa, yeah. I think the next one is for Nick.
Yeah. Nick, it's better to take master degree on early stage of my career or later on. Currently on 4 years working experience.
Yeah, thank you, Rafiki. Thank you, Rafiki, for your question. Yeah, I'll just say this. We have students that come directly on the masters after they finish their BA. So that, we have that option. And we find that students, some students are very driven and they know exactly what they want to do, or they're very keen and want to learn. We also have some students that like to have gone into the world of working for a while, maybe go off into experience. And I think the fact that you're on a 4 year of experience working is great. So that means then you can bring that knowledge into master's design management.
Exactly.
I think that's really useful. But there's no right or wrong answer. I think having some experience is useful. But we do have students that come directly from their undergraduate.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think there are different ways of seeing things, isn't it? I was already working for 15 years when I got my master's degree. 4 year, I think that's good. I think that's good because the decision to take the master's degree, I think when you're already working for 4 years, that decision was coming from you, not any other pressure from your parents, from anything. That's because you yourself wants to know the answer. So yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
4 years is a good number.
It is a good number, isn't it? Yes,
it is.
To give you an example, Rafiki, I had what was it? I think it was a 10-year gap between the BA and the master's course.
Yeah.
But it depends on the person.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And remember, this is a studying outside Indonesia, where you don't have that certain pressure of age limitations. So whenever you feel like you want, you can just jump right in. Yeah, there's no number that, so go for it.
Go for it. We look forward to receiving your application, Rafiki.
And then that also answers the question that Pak Haryo asked, what must I do to get this program? Mungkin sedikit mengenai bagaimana bisa masuk ke program ini. Anda tinggal angkat telepon atau email counselors Anda di AECC Global. Nanti counselors Anda akan mengarahkan Anda untuk mengumpulkan dokumen yang diperlukan. Kemudian counselors Anda akan memasukkan aplikasinya melalui portal yang ada. Kami juga akan bantu Anda untuk get the letter of acceptance. Syukur-syukur apabila Anda bisa dapatkan scholarship-nya, kami juga akan bantu untuk mencari tahu apakah Anda berhak untuk dapat scholarship-nya. Kami akan bantu juga Anda untuk accept the offer. Dan terakhir kami juga akan bantu Anda untuk buatkan student visa serta membantu untuk mencarikan accommodation. Jadi sangat mudah sekali, yang penting Anda memiliki dokumen lengkap yang diminta oleh Birmingham City University, tentu termasuk dengan IELTS yang harus disediakan. Jadi tinggal
I got the itu Bulani back in 2014. I got the itu kok bursary 2,000 pound. I got the 2,000 pound bursary. So it saves a lot. Yeah. Gitu. Yeah.
I have one question for Nick. Nick, do students need to also put in portfolio as part of the applications?
Yes. Although it's not something you have to do. We welcome portfolios, but we also welcome students from a non-design background, Lisa. So, you know, we certainly, I think what we're very, very keen to understand is your story. So if you can write a very short personal statement to explain your story and what your passions are, that is just as important as providing a portfolio. So yeah, a digital portfolio is great if you guys have got, say, a few images that you can share of your work, some of your investigative work, your finest pieces that you feel proud of. We'd be very keen to look at those as well.
Yeah.
Okay, the last questions. Is there any relationship between design management and project management?
There is a relationship, although project management is essentially an area that you guys would study. If that's something that you would like to do or focus on, that would be an area that you could actually study as part of the course. We don't teach you project management skills, as in theory, Prince 2, the waterfall method. We would get you guys to explore that so that you could bring that information into the research. But we encourage and develop your sort of interpersonal skills, your ability to become more professional, ready for industry. Project management also involves you becoming a leader, engaging with a group of people. We like you to work in groups as well as individually. And we encourage collaboration because that is what you will do in industry.
If I can also say something, that there was 2 questions before about, remember the freelance graphic designers setting cost fee. You could bring that as your final thesis if you want, right? You can use that. And the project management, you will have that course in next presentation. That was leadership and collaboration, was it, Nick? Right? So I think that's part of that. It's not per se class project management, not like that, but I mean, all of that information will make you understand more on how to become a project manager. Gitu. So it's more something like that. Gitu. But any kind design management is apa ya, it's not quite finicky. It's actually quite fun because whatever you want to explore, this is the thing. Send the questions to Lani or Lisa, and then they will send it to Nick, and Nick will tell you, okay, it makes sense. Yes, it is design management, which I think basically everything is part of design management. My thesis is theory, has nothing to do, and when with design, at the end of the thesis, what I discovered was my theory was using psychology theory. So it's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Thank you so much. Mudah-mudahan itu bisa bantu Rodi ya dalam pertanyaannya. Terakhir, mungkin Arif juga menanyakan, if he doesn't have any background, is it possible to study architecture? I believe his question would be for master ya, Arif. Jadi bukan kalau dari high school kan gampang untuk masuk arsitektur.
Yeah.
Tapi kalau arsitektur di master degree without any background, without any technical background, is that possible? And that would be our last questions for tonight.
Sorry, Lani, it broke up a little bit for me this side. So could you repeat that question for me, please?
Okay, if he doesn't have any technical background, is it possible for him to do Master of Architecture?
Maybe I can answer this. For
Yes.
Master of Architecture course, that one is RIBA Part 2. So we need students to have the background, at least undergraduate degree in architecture, pass RIBA Part 1, and they must have at least 9 months of post-degree working experience. And this will involve interview session with our course tutor. So it is subject to a few assessments. So technical background is very important for architecture program.
All right. I think that will answer your question, Arif. Thank you for that, Lisa. So just before we close our session, I'd like to thank you very much, Nick, Ibu Inggrid, and Lisa. Do you still have any questions for the audience?
Yeah, I think maybe we just ask very general question just to, give some rewards to students who attend our session. So our first question, probably I will ask about entry requirement. Just now, Nick actually mentioned during the session, what is our minimum English requirement for MA Design Management? Nick mentioned about IELTS. Do you know oral IELTS grade that we need?
Siapa yang menjawab duluan? Bisa raise hand, bisa unmute yourself juga. Persyaratan IELTS 6. Okay, Denmark mentioned 6.
Correct. So Mark, can you put your full name and email address on the chat box? I'll contact you after this session. So question number 2. Do you know the intakes available for this course? The intake availability for MA Design Management? There are actually 2 intake in a year. So you can guess which intake that normally we will recruit students.
Yeah. Do you want me to expand on that, Lisa?
No. This is for them. This is for them to answer.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Nick, do you have any question that you want to ask? You can think of one question.
If Nick has a questions for the students so they can win the prize.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick.
What does design management mean to you?
Wow,
I think it'd be really interesting to find out what design management means to you.
You're going to ask them to write a thesis right now, Nick?
Very, very short. Very, very short.
Oke, 2 pertanyaan teman-teman belum terjawab. Pertama, intake-nya ada 2 intake kapan? Tadi sudah ditanyakan oleh Lisa. Kedua, what's design management mean to you dari Nick? Masih ada 2 voucher yang tersedia untuk 2 pertanyaan tersebut. Intake-nya apa aja? Kedua, what does design management mean to you?
There's an answer, Nick. Design management for me is designing for designers.
Oh, okay. Only designers.
Designing for designers.
Oke, pertanyaan terakhir masih ada, belum terjawab. 2 intakes per year, bulan apa aja? Jangan jangan lupa Grab voucher atau OVO voucher, GoPay voucher menanti.
Berapa tadi Bu vouchernya Bu? Sayang jawab deh. Oh nggak boleh ya?
Boleh.
No, I don't want it. If they can answer, I will give the question. I have a question. If they can answer that one, I will send another questions. What are 2 Birmingham's football team? Nick, you know the answer, right? There are 2, and one is very famous. There are 2, but one is super famous. What are Birmingham's 2 football teams?
Birmingham City.
Oh my God, he got the answer, Nick. Rifki.
Well done.
Rifki, just apply to BCU. Come on.
Can you leave your full name and your email address? I'll connect with you soon.
Ya, Rifki taruh emailnya Rifki.
Taruh.
For Indonesians who love football, that's the place to go. Go to England.
Rifki's the winner.
So you know they're football lovers.
Okay, so Nick, you accept Rifki answer for design management? Yes,
that is true.
It's the only one we have.
That's the only 2 we have.
It's fine, absolutely fine. But remember, it's not just for designers. It's for designers and non-designers. So it keeps it global. So yeah, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. I really would like to hear from you, Rifki.
Yeah, Rifki, I'll send you that 2 vouchers. So you won 2 prizes today.
Wow.
So I think you have to apply to AECC to study in BCU, and Nick will see you soon in BCU. September is I hope.
This September 2022.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much once again, our guest of honors, Nick, Ibu Inggrid. Juga, terima kasih banyak for being here tonight. For all our AECC global friends, also thank you so much for being so participative tonight. We will contact you, and you can also contact us if you want to study at Birmingham City University. So we will see you in our next event sometimes next week. All right. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Selamat malam.
Selamat malam. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Yay, thank you.